Hi, my name is Lisa.
Good.
My husband Kurt suffered a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury. He sustained that on July 4th, 20, 2012. Yeah, 2012. At the time, we were dating. We were engaged. We've been married since 2022, I believe. Yes, he's showing you his left arm, which they told him he would never be able to have full range of. No. And now look at him. He's got his nifty watch that he requested from Santa. Santa got you your watch? Yeah, he's a big Raiders fan. Yeah. He's a huge Raiders fan. So I started a YouTube channel. Probably, I don't know. I've had several YouTube channels, and I've not succeeded in being. I haven't been consistent. Now it's going to be 2025, and it's time to be consistent and take on this YouTube channel. Like I said, I've been wanting to do this. It's been hard to be consistent in recording because I'm always worried about do I look good? Is my hair look good? Is my makeup on? I decided that I can be consistent weekly. I know I can do this. Today is January 1st, 2025. We got up this morning. No worries. We slept in. And I wasn't going to worry about getting up and, 2025, let's start our New Year's resolutions, or let's start off on the right foot. It was funny because, not funny, but this morning when I was talking to my cousin, and Kurt answered the phone. And she says, "Happy New Year, Kurt." And she said, "It's off to a good start." And he's like, "Not to a good start." And she's like, "Oh, why?" Well, this morning when we woke up, we heard the news about New Orleans and what happened there. So heartbreaking. It's sad that we're in a world where we wake up in the mornings and have to hear the next day about something tragic that happened in our country, and it just breaks my heart. I don't want to focus too much on that. I want to focus on what we can control in our lives, how we can make our lives better. Like I said, I know we can't control what happens outside of our little bubble here, even in our community. All we can do is just keep faith, keep a positive attitude, and just keep on rolling. And I hope you all do the same thing too, because it all starts with us in our homes, and we just have to spread the love, spread the happiness, and that's all we can do. Love you. And on that note, like I said, I'm going to do weekly. I'm going to be consistent. I don't care what my home looks like. Do you hear that bird? I don't care what my home looks like. I don't care what I look like. Because what you see is what you get with me. Right, honey? I'm a 24/7 caregiver to my husband. And through this, he has come a long, long way. Without persistence, love, faith, hope, I truly don't believe that any of this would have been possible. What do you say, honey? So here's a typical morning with us when we get up in the morning. If I don't get a good night's rest, I want to be able to sleep in. But in our world, that's not always possible because hubby wants to get up. He wants to get going. He's going to go to the restroom. So he gets up and he goes to the restroom. And I'm like, oh, well, let's go back to bed. And he's like, no, he doesn't want to go back to bed. Typically at nighttime, usually it is Kurt that sleeps better than I. I'm stuck. Here's a place for an edit. Yeah, sometimes I don't sleep well, and I want to sleep in the morning. We do stay up late sometimes, especially when I'm not paying attention to our diet. I'm going to be honest with you, with Christmas, I ate about every cookie, every candy that I brought into my home or baked in my home. We did have fun. That we did. I did suffer from it though. Physically, I don't know so much mentally, but physically, definitely physically, and I was tired, I was run down, my joints ached. They ached from the sugar. I know sugar is not good for us. That's a whole nother video here on ingesting sugar, carbohydrates, and seriously, if you were to document everything you ate, and you would recognize the things that affect your body, and you would be able to control, hey, I feel good today. Oh, why do I feel good today? Well, let me look at my journal. Oh, that's because I didn't eat sugar. I didn't have Coca-Colas. I didn't have RCs. Oh, that brings me back to my childhood. I don't know if RC has the same ingredients as it did when I was a child. Food is definitely an integral part of healing for us, for Kurt and I. We went through just before the holidays. I started us on a regular routine on our diet, which did involve smoothies and apple cider vinegar, and I'll go through those with you at a later time. This is pretty much just an introduction, a reintroduction of us and the things that we're going to start going to document. And this is more so for us more than it is for anybody else. Everybody's lifestyles, digestive systems, the way their body mechanics, the way their body operates is most different from person to person. You know, some things that may work for you may work for me, or they may not. What works for me doesn't work for Kurt. So I have to go between those lifestyles for us as far as like nutrition, sleep, supplements, medications. So anyways, this is just an introduction to us. This is fresh, all new, fresh 2025. Like I said, I'm going to do weekly updates. I am going to record throughout the week. Sometimes it may be a whole slew of things. Sometimes it may just be jibber jabber because nothing good has happened, or I'm just so worn out that I wasn't able to document. But I will do my best on getting some documented footage of us and our life together as a caregiver and a happy person. I asked Kurt, I'm like, do you like being called a survivor? He says, no, I don't. And I said, okay, well, what do you like to be called? He said, happy. And I like that. We don't have to label anything. Nothing ever has to be labeled, does it, babe? Nope. So, Mr. Happy, and Mrs. and Mrs. Caregiver. You know, I've been a caregiver all my life. I've always been taking care of people, caring for them, and I love it. That's just who I am. That's my personality. I will never ever change for anybody. You know, if people say, oh, you need to focus more on you, you need to take care of you, blah, 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 blah. Although I will say 2025 is going to be a year of self-care for me on myself, because I always do tend to put people before me, and that saying, put on the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on somebody else. Happy 2025. Let's see what 2025 brings us. I have reviewed 2024 and reflected and saw many changes. And there's also things that I saw that I changed in myself, and there's more to come, more changes of things that I don't like about me, but they are a part of me. And I'm learning to recognize some of the things that are bad habits that I really shouldn't incorporate in my life. And with this mister, he has some habits that he's going to make changes in 2025. Just last month, I don't even think it was a month ago, I asked him, I don't remember exactly how the question was, but I had asked him about how did it go? What he wanted to, I don't know, but he just said he wanted to honor God. And by honoring God, we cannot walk around saying bleep, 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 bleep. And he doesn't always say it all the time. It is an issue with the filter due to his traumatic brain injury. He's working on it. He doesn't like to say those things. He knows that they're inappropriate in some situations. Sometimes, if he's with his friends that know him well, or, my family, his family, where, they just throw it around loosely, and that's all fine and dandy and well. But when we are in public, is that your stomach? That's not appropriate, and it can get us into trouble, especially in this day and time in our life that we are living. It's not tolerated, and it's not respectful. So from hubby, Kurt, and I, we would like to say Happy New Year. I hope you reflect on the things you did in 2024. Recognize the things that you want to change, that you want to make better, that you want to focus on for the betterment of your life. We love you, and we look forward to this year, 2020, the end of 2025, going into 2026, God willing. If we do survive, if we do make it, we can look at all of our documented videos from this day forward to December 31st, 2026. See the changes we made and realize, wow, if I did this last year, I can do something new next year. Bye. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year too.
All right. Be serious. Look at my hair. Okay. and this is my goofy. You're such a dork. You're just so goofy. So anyways, I start. I love you. Excuse me, sir. Is that the salsa I dropped this morning from Chili's?
Yes.
Stop. Boop. Boop. 5. Hoorah. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 4:47 p.m.
That's what Roku says up there, so it's 4:40.